Were you at the "you have to be this tall to ride the ride" game for the Rockets last night? Did you visit that? Did you visit that one?
I was. Great way to describe it. And I mean, how about James Harden jumping center? I have to wonder when the last time that happened, if it even happened. Like, do you think he was jumping center in high school? Because
That's right.
he probably had a guy with a kind of a doofy guy playing center on his high school.
Well, I got to
team.
tell you though, man, 1 for 1 though, right? I mean, check that box.
Yeah, how about that? A bizarre, approach to the game, just in terms of, I'm a guy who grew up watching basketball, NBA basketball, when it was the Alonzo Mournings and the Shaqs and Patrick Ewing and Hakeem Olajuwon, and that was the staple of what NBA basketball was about. You had to find your marquee big man, or you didn't have a chance. And Mike D'Antoni kind of joked about it pregame. I asked him, like, had you been thinking about doing this for years, and you finally did it? And he's like, well, it kind of all depended on how much job security I had. And, my contract right now, you might as well go for it. He's a lame duck coach right now.
That's
and
right.
obviously he could be teaming up with a lame duck GM. Who knows what the fallout ultimately will be for Daryl Morey and the tweet he sent. So it was fascinating to watch. The amount of 3-pointers they took, it didn't seem obscene to me. I was worried about that, and they put up 60 already in this new format, and I think they were in the mid-40s last night. But it was up and down, and it was switching on defense, and it was sharing the basketball, and it was seeing Russell Westbrook look like the Russell Westbrook that is fun to watch versus the one that's kind of makes you wince a little bit. And, they got a good win against a good Lakers team.
Yeah, so I guess the sustainability is the question. But, again, as you point out, just last night, that's the Westbrook we've seen. Now, that said, Harden did not have anything close to a Harden stat line last night. But, it's still a W against the team that we think is going to come out of the West. So how sustainable do you think it is? Like, what would the holes be? Just first blush, looking at the way that they looked last night, Dave?
Well, early on, Anthony Davis was just taking everything to the rim. And he ended up spraining his right index finger, and also the Houston defenders started fronting the post. And quite frankly, there were some just poor entry passes thrown by Rajon Rondo and others, resulting in turnovers. And if the Rockets turn you over, that's exactly what they want to do. Then they get out in transition and run with those 5 guys. So obviously, if a team is more proficient in getting the ball to the post and their marquee big man doesn't, have to get extra-eyes at halftime to make sure his finger's not broken, they are really exposed in the middle. They had no rim protection whatsoever. And, even early on, when the Lakers were playing with a proper pace and playing with the confidence in attack mode, like, Rajon Rondo was getting to the rim and finishing because there's no one there to worry about. And, at this stage of Rondo's career, that's not happened too often.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download The Rich Eisen Show app.